This is Moonstalker at That Place for Walkthroughs with Dirk Cousland of Dragon Age Origins. Headed to Lothering.
And I'm off. And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
Well, the Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Yeah. That's okay, you're still alive. Huh? Look at that expression.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. I'd guess that fellow is the leader.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
I don't have that kind of coin.
Ah, and if I don't believe you, how do we solve this predicament?
I kill you. Problem solved.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Let's see.
Now let's see, which one first?
Come on, Alistair. Be a pussy.
Hey, watch it! All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the Darkspawn get us all.
You picked the wrong target.
Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry.
Hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
You'll follow my lead. I could use some soldiers.
What, are you joking, right? I could never be a soldier.
Or you can die. Your choice.
I'm not going down without a fight.
Fight. Ankles.
All right.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
Leave him alone, Morrigan.
But how can I? He is right there, speaking, eyes wide like those of a brainless calf.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
We should try and use these treaties, I assume.
I agree. Have you looked at them?
Yes?
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions, if you like.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Going.
You don't look like the other folk fleeing the south. Were you in the battle?
I'd like to say yes, but apparently I can't do that. Why do you ask?
You don't look chastened, so you're not from the wilds. And you're not a farmer. I'd guess you saw some fighting.
Yes, I was with the King's army.
I thought them that survived already marched north with the Tairn. You must be a survivor, or a deserter. Lucky you, I guess.
I should go.
Don't let me stop you.
Oh, I don't think you'd be able to if you wanted to.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found.
Greetings to you, good sir. If it isn't too much to ask, might you spare some bread or anything?
Here's 50 silvers.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Bless you. This will help us a great deal.
Thank you again for helping us. It's been difficult since we were robbed.
You were robbed?
Wasn't everyone? Those bandits have jumped every wagon and caravan in sight of Lothering.
I met them. They're dead now.
You killed them?
That's wonderful news. Perhaps our belongings are still there.
I can't thank you enough, friend. Even if we don't get everything back, it's good to know others will be safe.
Mother, where are you? Have you seen my mother?
That depends. Who's your mother?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Come with me. I'll help you look for her.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Here, take this silver. Buy something to eat.
A whole silver! Wow, thank you. You're a really nice man, kind of like Father. I should go look for Mother now.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the
Shockeba. Marade starit, marade twasit.
Yes.
Away with you, foul creatures! Leave us alone!
Greetings.
Whoops. All right.
right.
Was there any doubt? And I'm off.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
Just how obliged, exactly?
You want a reward, eh? I suppose that's an entirely reasonable request. How does 100 silver sound? I was going to use that to fix up the cart, but quite frankly, I'll be grateful enough that my son and I come out of this with our heads.
Keep your money. I mean, that sounds just fine.
Good. One good turn deserves another. That's what the missus always claims. The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
I doubt you want to travel with the Grey Warden.
Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Dirk is having a man.
Bad dreams, huh?
It seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon, is that the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too.
Thank you, Alistair. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
You're free to stay.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments.
What does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost... It's a process that some of the master smiths...
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
I'd like to see what other goods you have.
Oh, certainly, I can do that for you. Just come with me. If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Let me see yours.
I'm sure you'll be pleased. Are you sure I can't interest you in... I'm sure...
Yes.
Indeed.
Huh.
About time award show. Okay. And I'm off. How amusing.
Defeated.
All right. Going. Too fast for you.
Huh.
Ha! Now this should be fun. Have at you then. Take that!
Come on, hit him, idiot.
Let's do this quickly, shall we?
Hit him! God, what are you waiting for? Fucking idiot.
Yes.
Not bad. Oh ho! Now this should be fun.
Yes.
How you doing, ogre? Here, have a biscuit.
Can I interest you in something? I've got the finest selection of previously owned armor and weaponry this side of Val Royeaux.
Let me take a look.
Oh, of course. And remember, everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
Nari's sword. do chainmail steel? Do we? Wait a minute. Yeah, that's what we want to give her. Yeah, that's ugly. This looks better that way.
'Tis you.
Be that way. Cool helmet.
King Loghain will not...
Vieta! This land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
I have urgent need to talk with your king.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
I'm a Grey Warden. This treaty obliges Orzammar to aid me.
The Wardens killed King Cousland and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
Loghain is the traitor who killed King Cousland at Ostagar.
What? Lies and slander! King Loghain will not suffer this. I will not suffer it. I'm his messenger.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
Okay, Morrigan. Puppy. Alistair.
Right.
potion, ogre. Ogre? Oh, you took one.
I'll have your head, Grey Warden!
That was close. Get away from her.
Yeah.
No mercy! Back!
Take a potion. Dumbass.
For Eldon! Oh, you want to die. And I'm off.
Yeah, these guys are tough. Alistair, I don't know about you. Give me those gloves. You're worthless anyway. Take a biscuit, boy.
All right.
Come on.
You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
Those statues are dwarven paragons, if I remember right. The best of their ancestors.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you were carved like Blanca, all stop looking at me, mongrel. I have nothing you want. Why do you keep staring at me so, you
Huh.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Do not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Painful.
have him in the Legion.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Greetings! Wow. What was I saying?
Have a look at my shop, I hope.
Right. Yeah, I have some lovely things here. Lyrium enhanced, of course.
Back again?
Yep. Back again.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Let me see what you have.
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Let me guess. This is where the poor people live.
Now...
This one first. We'll get plenty of And I'm off.
Codex on Dwarven Propriety. Understanding the Dwarven culture. The Shaper's Life. Codex on Dwarven Propriety. Greetings.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
Huh.
News of the hour.
Diamond.
Evidence suggests
Thermos.
Lord Balin considering widespread military trials.
And I'm off.
House Idukan, Shield of Orzammar.
News of the hour. Does Lord Harriman think that Orzammar can hold off the dwarves forever? The Assembly demands an answer.
Let's go read some books in their library.
Huh.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine! He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Going. Yes.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Geshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I have a treaty obliging Orzammar to aid against the blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
So you want me to enter the proving in Harrowmont's name?
It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I'll enter the proving, see where the others withdrew.
Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Harrowmont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Lord Balin is the voice of change and defense.
Lord Balin suspected of personally defacing statues of a paragon.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all.
So, I've been hearing.
What is that smell?
All right.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
I'm looking for a thief who dared steal from the Shaper.
Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
All right.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Going.
The Proving Grounds. Bloodsport entertainment for the masses, at its best.
New quest. Keys to the city. I'll see if we can't level up doing a little combat.
Coin for the man.
Huh.
Okay, don't now. How about you then?
Alistair, you're getting your butt kicked again.
Now this should be fun. Not enough. Let's do this quickly, shall we?
Jesus. Maker.
Wipe them out!
Okay, let's level up. And specialization will be champion. Level 12. Okay. Level 9. Still not strong. Well, let's go get the ring and give that a help.
Yes. So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there. No one else.
Mother occasionally...
News of the hour. Lord Balin promises radical changes that will offend the ancient paragon.
News of the hour. 2 more clans endorse Lord Balin as the new king. Change is inevitable, and it must come quickly.
Key to the city. Quest completed. Strength 32. Ah, I can use it. Finally. Splendid.
Legion of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Balin's colors.
Lord Balin is a bad man! Yes, very bad!
Gotta turn in that tone to the dwarves.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark.
Now I just need a belt from the Tower of Magi.
News of the hour! Lord Harrowmont's insinuations against...
Raise your voice in support of Lord Harrowmont, the one true king of Orthanon.
I just thought of something. I can use a belt of strength and the mace to get my shield. No? Oh, yeah, the mace isn't as good as the axe. My mistake. So, it's useless. Here you go, Alistair. Get up another level, I'll be able to use a shield.
You ate my entire bag of herbs, you foolish dog. Do not think I am unaware of where it went. Tis your own fault for being so entirely gluttonous. Several of those herbs were poisonous. You should be pleased they did not kill you. Do not be ridiculous. I am certainly not going to give you more, even if I did have more to give. Oh, you have some nerve, creature. And your breath leaves much to be desired. Off you go. We shall see. I promise nothing.
She likes ogre.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat?
Enchantment?
I want some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Huh.
Yes.
Indeed.
Should you get killed again?
Now we get our hands dirty.
Get away from her. Wake up, Alistair. Here, have a different sword.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? I represent a collective of mages interested in going next to me, and in every major settlement.
Take a look.
Thank you, my friend. Make us smile.
Yep. Thank you.
Take this. You've earned it.
We should get more experience for these little quests, I think.
You ever wonder why the mages built their tower out in the middle of Lake Cousland? They have an aversion to practicality or something?
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass.
I'm a Grey Warden, and I seek the assistance of the mages.
Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it.
I have these documents here.
Yes? Oh, a Grey Warden seal. Aha! So you're claiming to be one of those. You know, I have some documents, too. They say I'm the Queen of Antiva. What do you think of that?
My documents are actually real.
Kill some Darkspawn. Come on, let's see some righteous Grey Wardening.
There aren't any Darkspawn here.
Well, that's good, I suppose. Wouldn't want Darkspawn smeared across the landscape. I hear their blood is black. Is that true? You'd know if you were a Grey Warden.
No, it's red. But it burns when it touches you.
Oh, pleasant, eh? Good thing I don't have to kill them, then. Anyway, it was nice chatting with you. Now, on your way, right now, go!
Can't we work something out?
That dark-eyed temptress over there, surely the tower would be far too dull for her. Because it gets a little lonely out here sometimes. And, you know, you could just leave her with me.
Oh, excellent. I have been hoping for new prey.
Prey?
Twill take but a moment. Perhaps you should go aboard the vessel to prepare while we are away. We must row ourselves across. I fear the lad will no longer have the use of his limbs or his eyes once I am done with him.
Huh. Well, maybe I should,
Wonderful. I can sense his terror. Oh, that will make the loving all the sweeter.
So you said you wanted to get across. Maybe we should go now, right now, now.
Yes, let's go.
Come along, I suppose.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The doors are barred. Are they keeping people out or in?
Now we wait and pray.
So you're in charge.
Who are you? I explicitly told Carol not to bring anyone across the lake. We're dealing with a very delicate situation. You must leave for your own safety.
No, the mages have an obligation to the Grey Wardens.
I am weary of the Grey Warden's ceaseless need for men to fight the Darkspawn, but it is their right. You'll find no allies here. The Templars can spare no men, and the mages are indisposed. I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls. The circle is lost. The tower has fallen.
Sounds like the Templars haven't been doing their job.
My men did what they could, but it wasn't enough. They took us by surprise. We were prepared for 1 or 2 abominations, not the horde that fell upon us.
Why don't you rally your men and kill them all?
I would destroy the tower, raze it to the ground. But I cannot risk more of my men. The doors remain shut, and they will protect us for now.
You shut everyone in there, including innocent mages?
Not just mages, but my Templars also. I had no choice. The abominations must be contained at all costs. We do not mean for the doors to stay closed forever. Everything in the tower must be eliminated. I have sent word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment.
What does that mean?
The mages are probably already dead. Any abominations remaining in there must be dealt with, no matter what.
This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again.
The mages are not defenseless. Some must still live.
If any are still alive, the Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing.
I'll look for them.
I assure you, an abomination is a force to be reckoned with, and you will face more than one.
Abominations cannot stand against me.
If you succeed, I would owe you much, enough that I would pledge my Templars to your cause. Without word from Denerim, I must determine our course. Surely destroying Darkspawn is a worthy goal.
We have an agreement then.
A word of caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
Oh, Alistair
What
went out.
now?
How wonderful.
I don't want to die.
Quartermaster.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies, and I don't know how much longer we'll last.
You have supplies for sale?
Yes. Would you like to trade?
All right. All right, we need some cash. Left, right, right, left. Oops, wrong one. Now I can use the shield. Nice. $82 defense. See what it is when my shield rolls up. Let's check this. 2. 87. I like the shield roll better.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies, and I don't know... Yes. Would you like to trade?
Okay. Left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. Get this from Morgan for when she can use it. Alistair might like this. Yeah, we'll get it for him. No, we want Andrew's blessing. There we go. Okay. That looks nice. This doesn't really need dexterity that much. Ogre. Alistair. Not strong enough, apparently. 30 strength. He's 26. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh well. Bye.
All right.
Armor's almost as good as Morgan's.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Darkspawn? You don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
Dead serious.
You look pretty tough, but we just fought Darkspawn. I think we can handle a few losers in armor. Let's see what you've got.
Let's wipe them out quickly.
Good puppy. Allison, you get hurt again.
Yes.
Poor booty.
Huh.
If you must. A fine gift. You have my thanks. A fine gift. You have my thanks. Interesting. Interesting. A fine gift. You have my thanks. A fine gift. You have my thanks.
I could get used to this, you know. Is that for me? Really? Wow! Wow!
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of ears? I'm sure.
I want the stick for ogre. It's the only way to increase his dexterity.
I have a thought.
Just the one.
Ah, such wit. Truly, you and Mother should form a troupe of jesters and tour the countryside. We have an opportunity that I believe we should take advantage of. To the point. My mother was once divested of a particular grimoire by a most annoying Templar hunter. It occurred long before I was born, but even today, Flemeth speaks of the loss with great rage. With the circle of magi in such disarray, it occurs to me that this might be the perfect time to recover the tome from their possession, for surely it eventually ended up in their hands.
And what's in it for me?
My eternal gratitude? At the very least, it shall enable me to help you more. Or were you perhaps looking for some other reward?
Well, my tent does get rather cold.
Then something will have to be done about that sometime.
Very well. If we go back to the tower, I'll look for it.
Good. I am most interested to see its contents, should it be located. The grimoire is leather-bound and adorned with the symbol of a leafless tree, should you come across it. If not, however, then I shall simply put it out of my mind. Yes?
I'd like to discuss something personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. What's this? 'Tis a rather odd discussion you seem to desire, leaning in so closely.
Humor me.
Oh, it's humor you desire, hmm? I didn't realize comedy had anything to do with this.
Only if we do it wrong.
How true. Let us do it right, then. Yes?
So, life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
Did that seem normal to you?
What did I have to compare it with? In time, I began to wonder, of course. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine your mother was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
I have a hard time picturing you as such.
That is because I learned my lesson well. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality. Yes?
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Did you grow up in the Kurkari wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
You can probe me anytime.
Beg pardon then while I jump for joy. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. That sounds like something you would do.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
You mean like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I'm glad it worked out, this way at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Sentiment embarrasses her. Alright, here's the big moment.
'Tis cold in my tent, all alone.
Well, we can't have that.
So you shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something.
Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk. I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance are not exaggerated.
Oh? There are stories?
Indeed there are. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side.
Was this a one-time thing?
That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not?
Gee, thanks for spelling it out for me.
I do like to keep it simple. Just for you, of course. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Ah, such a romantic, I see.
This is Moonstalker at that place for walkthroughs with Dirk Cousland of Dragon Age Origins. Catch you on the flip side.